Hello, and I am back. Sorry. This is Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, and I'm trying to bring my guest back online so we can get her connected. So, welcome back. The last live, we were not able to successfully get her on the broadcast, so I decided to try it again. But basically, what we're doing tonight is having our Soul Therapy Radio sponsor spotlight with Miss Char Robinson, who is the owner and designer of www.adesignbydiva.com. She is a designer. She designs her own formal dresses. She does bling tees. She does printed tees. Pretty much anything you need designed, she can create it. And I wanted to give her the opportunity to come online, Facebook Live with me so we can talk about her business. So if you all wanted to ask her any questions, get to know her, who she is as an entrepreneur, because I feel it's important that we have to start supporting each other more often. I'm all about the small businesses because I am a small business, and she has definitely supported me. So I appreciate her for that. So, progress. So come on, Facebook, work with us. Come on, Facebook, you can do it. Yes.
I got it to work. Unfortunately, I'm on my phone, which I was trying to do it on my iPad so that it would be a better view, but it
Oh,
is what it is.
but hey, I'm glad
Hello.
you here.
Well, thank you, beautiful. I love your hair. It's so pretty.
Thank you,
Ooh.
girl. Thank you. I had to do the protective style for a little bit. But this ain't about me. This all about you and what
Uh,
you got going on.
well,
So I'm gonna go ahead. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hey Kenneth, hey Indy, hey India. But like I said, this is our Soul Therapy Radio sponsor spotlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Robinson go ahead and introduce herself.
my name is Charlotte, but everybody calls me Char, so that's you can call me Char. I am a self-made designer, I'll say. And I basically started out doing T-shirts. I was going to an event one time and I couldn't find anything to wear, and I made my own T-shirt with all this bling on it because we all like the bling.
Mm-hmm.
And got there, and everyone liked the shirts, and they were like, "Oh, make me one." So I made one about 3 or 4 of my friends, and then I said, "Well, if I can make them and give them away, I can certainly make them and sell them."
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I started. And then after that, I researched like different programs and different things to
Mm-hmm.
do and how to, move my business along. And I said, well, you know what? I'm getting all the money from the women. I got to get the men too.
Right.
So that's how I started doing screen print. And I actually went to a trade show in Baltimore and learned the equipment to do the screen printing. I went to New York, took a class for the weekend, and been rolling ever since.
Well, look at you.
So
See, if y'all don't take anything else from that, she invested in herself. She got the training she needed, and she probably been screen printing for years
I,
now.
I actually
But
have. I've been doing it
see,
for a couple years. I tell people it's no money in screen printing. It's a joy when you see people wear your something that you did for them. My bling shirts are like um, bestsellers. A lot of people have logos and they want a way to advertise their logo to get people to notice. So I do a lot of bling that's logos, and
mm-hmm.
people wear them and they're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And it's a conversation piece about your business. You can really talk to people and say, "Oh yeah, this is that and this and that," because bling gets everybody's attention.
It
Um,
does.
so, and then over the years, it's good. I like it, and then I was like, "Well, it's got to be a little bit more to it." And
Mm-hmm.
so, if anyone has ever seen any of my designs, and my page on Facebook is A Design by Diva. And I'm not a little girl by any means necessary. I got a little extra here and there, but I embrace my extraness. And so,
It's all beautiful.
yes, it is. And we got to love us because nobody else will. But,
Exactly.
the clothing that I would see in the stores, I just I just hated it. I was like, just because I'm a, hippie girl, I don't want to wear flowers and I don't want to wear, so the clothing to me just was not something I wanted
Mhm.
to wear. And I said, well, the ideas were here. I just needed to get it out there. So I started thinking of just different things that I like. And I'm like, I think this is cute. And so I just kind of designed them. And my sister actually does the sewing because I'm always doing t-shirts and designing. So I'll design them and she'll sew them.
Okay.
And so we kind of, partner up with doing that. And just here lately, one day I got an invite about a plus size modeling competition. And
Mhm.
I said, I never thought about modeling. That was not my thing. But it was a way for me to get other people to see my designs.
Right.
And so I decided everything that I would wear, well, not everything, but mostly what I wore was all something designed by me. And people were like,
Mhm.
where did you get that from? I was like, I designed this. You need something designed, let me know.
Right.
So it was like a way. And since then, believe it or not, like I'm actually going to be walking in another show in Richmond, Virginia in December, which I will then put
Mm.
my designs in that show as well. So it's kind of getting my
Right.
designs noticed and getting my feet wet a little bit in the modeling. I like it,
Mhm.
so I'm like, hey, you never know where this can go. I expect to see something on the red carpet from me. That's my
Right.
ultimate
Y'all
goal.
heard that. Make sure y'all know. Y'all heard it here first. Miss Char Robinson, when she get all big and everything, don't forget
Hmm.
don't forget about me. Come back.
Oh, I won't, because I definitely plan on doing a bunch of advertising with you. One thing I like is I've done it before. I've advertised with people, and I watch just to see it. And I'm like, okay, I saw my advertisement go by one time. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And I'm like, if I'm advertising, I want to see it. So I noticed
Right.
that I see yours, and I'm always like, okay. Then I'll go ahead and forward what you put out there. So I love the fact that you're promoting what you say you're going to promote. And
Right.
so that's good. I love that. And I love all your contacts. I'm always reading. I'm like, yep, that's right there. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
But so as far as me, I see the sky's the limit. Um, I don't
Exactly.
see anything holding me back. As long as I got two hands and feet and I can move around and get it done. Hey, I even had surgery and on one of my shoulders and the other hand was working and I was still doing t-shirts. You know, it,
Right. That's what
it
you love doing. You're gonna
indeed.
do it anyway.
It's a joy for me when I'm telling you, I wish one of my girlfriends, and she's a girlfriend now, but I started out, she was my client. She was
Mhm.
just performing. She's a singer and she performs in London. And she asked to take some of my shirts with her, and she actually wore the shirt and performed in London. So I was like, well, we're all over the world. We're moving all over
Right.
the place. So I just encourage people to, if you have an idea, if you have something that you're passionate about, see, how far it can take you.
Right.
Again, my Facebook page is a design by diva. My Instagram is design.by.diva. And I'll tell you a little something else. I'm also doing a
Mhm.
little dabbling in doing blogging. I just had a launch party,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and my
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
yes, and it is something geared to women that are over 40.
Mhm.
And it's about all the different changes that we go through when we get over 40. Life changes, body changes, mental changes. We go through some
Yes.
things. And when you look at a bunch of stuff online, you don't see anything for that age range. You see the younger people or really older, but the middle between is what's missing. So the
Mhm.
launch party was kind of like to tell people, it's a website and there's information, there's articles, there's dialogue, so that we can kind of go back and forth and talk to each other, And it's called www.diva, the number two, divatalks.com. And so
Mhm.
you can subscribe to the list. So we send out things saying, hey, there's no articles. Go read them. Go interact. Go talk about your experiences. You know,
Mhm.
um, there's a lot that we need to be sister to sister with. And basically, one
Right.
of my slogans is, I'm my sister's keeper.
Mhm.
Because when you go through something, you need somebody to have your back.
You
You
do.
need somebody to be with you. There are friends of mine that have been married for 20, 25 years and getting divorced. And they're like, where do I start?
Mhm.
So I wanted to use that platform to give women a place to vent. You may need to cry. I had a crying episode about a half an
Exactly.
hour ago at work. So we have those
Mhm.
moments and we need support when we have those moments. And so
That's
that's what
correct.
that site is going to be to help women get that support. You know, once you start, there'll be an opportunity for people to advertise on there or to say, like, you know, I have friends that are wellness coaches and they want to talk about some things and get women
Mm-hmm.
involved in some things and how to treat your body and what to do now that you're facing these, as I call them, season years. That's my word. We're using season.
Season.
Right. You know, we got a
That's a
little
good
this, a
way to
little
shorten
that.
that.
So, yeah. You know, so that's where I'm at now, and I intend to, as much as I can put on my plate. That's what I'm going to do. You know, these
Mm-hmm.
are the years where I feel like I got a lot to give, and I want to give it. You know, to those that are willing to listen, to hear, and to see it.
Well, that is
You know,
good, and we
so
thank you for sharing it.
well, thank
Y'all,
you.
the website is Diva, the number two, Diva Talks.com. Check out the
Mhm.
blog. It's now trust me, anybody can read it, men, women of all ages, but like she did say, it is geared towards, seasoned women,
Mhm.
ages 40, that middle age range,
Right.
y'all seasoned, as she put it.
Well,
But
listen, I tell men to go on there and look at it too. You know why? Because the information that's on there is going to help them deal with some of the women that they have. You know, it give you a little
uh-huh.
insight you might not know. You go on there, you say, okay, that's why she acting like that today. All right, I'm gonna give her a pass. You know, so
Right.
it helps everyone out a little bit, and even like younger girls, you know, because I have a daughter that's younger, and I say to her, you want to read some of this, you want to know what's coming. You know, you want to know you're going to go through this. How would you
Hmm.
handle it? You know, be prepared. So, you know, it's geared for us, but it'll give insight on both ends, male, female, younger, and older.
Well, that's good because
So,
I'm not quite there yet. I'll be 38, in November. I'm almost there.
right.
Almost there. But my mom, she does fall within that range.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'll be like, hey mom, go look at this.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I know you had your launch party.
Mhm.
What was it, September?
September 1st. Mhm.
So do you do event planning or you just kind
No,
of did that for yourself? Oh, okay.
I just did it for myself. I actually had a person that I paid to do that. You
Oh,
know, I
okay.
had a few ideas, but for the most part, yeah, I had some idea on that because I don't have time. You know, between my shirts and designing and stuff, I was like, that's the least thing I need to worry about. So
Hmm.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that bit of information. Maybe
Hmm.
the person that whoever your event planner was, definitely share their information because somebody in that area might need
Oh,
an event planner. You never know.
yes,
But
indeed.
with I know as far as like your bling tees and your designs, what is the price range? People like
Right.
to know, they want to support black businesses and they want to know what's out there,
Hmm.
but we also want to know some price ranges. So,
Right. Hmm. So if you get a standard bling tee, which is meaning a scoop collar, not the V-necks, not the fitted, just a standard, which is usually like a unisex, could be male or female. A small to extra large is $25.
okay.
If you get 2X and up, it's 27. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you go into like the V-necks or the fitteds, instead of it being 25, it's 27 for a small to extra large.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like a $2 difference between, you know, whatever it is. Now if you want front and back, then that's a little bit more. And sometimes like you know, it's a standard price, but I tend to work with people, you know, a person that they may be getting 10 shirts, then I will reduce it. I will give them a discount if they're buying 10 shirts at one time.
Right.
So some people want maybe a sweatshirt, and then that's going to be a different cost because sweatshirts are more expensive, of course. So I kind of try to tailor it to whatever that person is going to need or want. And then I'll talk to them about it
Mm-hmm.
and say, okay, well, maybe if you don't want this, maybe you just want to go with the front because that's a little less expensive for you. So I try to work with people to get them what they want within a price range that's affordable for them.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I do sweatsuits. So it's basically as long as they make it and the you know, vendor sells it because I order my shirts from a vendor and
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I get the shirts that do not shrink. They don't get those little berries on you when you put them in the dryer and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
they are very
The
good.
neck be stretched and
Yes, no, they don't do any of that. So,
okay.
you know, but I try to work with people. Screen prints are a little different. Screen prints, you have to break them down based on size. You have to break them down based on labor. You have to break them down based on how many screens, depending on how many
Okay.
colors are in the design. So that's kind of like a tailored thing. So,
Okay.
you know, I tell people if you're getting, I do onesies and twosies, but it doesn't benefit you price wise. You do
Right.
better if you're
Yeah.
going to do at least 10 shirts because then you get a better price and what, the shirts are going to cost you. I do family
Okay.
reunions, church functions. So it's, no limit to what it is. I've done 100 shirts,
Special
200
events,
shirts, everything.
birthdays. I
Birthdays.
might have to look into getting me a little bling tee for my team Scorpio.
I'm actually doing a Libra one now with the scales on it and everything. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
I have yet to run up against any design that I could not bling. So,
Oh, y'all,
I've
she's
done
all about the bling. She
I've done
blings
people faces.
logos, faces,
Yeah.
words. I don't know about
hmm
body parts.
I've done that too. I've done that too. I gotta send you one. It's a picture of a lady and she says the word her body is made out of the word sexy. And it's
Oh,
all bling. And yeah, so I
uh-huh.
do all of that. Whatever it is, if you see and you like it, my logo or my slogan is if you think it, I can bling it.
If you can think it, she can bling it. If you think it, she can bling it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have, with the holidays coming up and everything, do you do like any type of specials or anything like that for the shopping season or the holiday season?
I do. It just depends because a lot of times people they don't want Christmas stuff on their shirts or they don't want
Right.
thing. So it really depends. It depends on what they're getting. If it's something that's like really intricate, I may be like, okay, well I can give you a little bit of a discount. Also, it really depends. Some things like and again, I should have had some stuff to show, but again, like some of them are really like they take a lot of time. So if it's something
Hmm.
like that then I will, kind of discount depending on what time it is. Because during the wintertime, things are a little bit slower than the summertime. So I'll have it till they say, okay, so for Christmas, if you buy, two shirts, you get the next one for 15% off or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she does work with you. She does have some specials. She does, she can do some stuff for you. Just reach out to her. Again, her website is www.adesignbydiva.com. You can
Mm-hmm.
find her on Instagram at design.by.diva.
Mm-hmm.
Her Facebook page, A Diva by Design.
A Design by Diva.
Oh, A Design by Diva. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
purposely making sure I put the right word, A Design by Diva.
Right.
That
Yeah.
is her Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think, did I have any other questions? Oh, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to give any word of advice for anybody that's looking into becoming an entrepreneur or doing basically kind of doing the same thing that you're doing as far as being an entrepreneur and moving in that direction, do you have any words of
Hey,
encouragement
have a
or
good evening,
words of
man.
wisdom that you want to share?
The one thing that I always tell people, one is do your research. Do
Mm-hmm.
your research in the field, that you want to go in that you're thinking of doing. And if you know that you know what you're doing and you're confident and clear about what you're doing, stay with it and don't let other people try to veer you off. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." And like now, when I started doing shirts, there weren't as many people as there are now doing. I mean, there's a t-shirt person doing shirts everywhere now.
Right.
And before it wasn't like that before. You had very few. But the one thing that I always say, you will find a niche. And so I've learned that with my niche is my blings, which I can do custom. You don't see a lot of custom. You may see, they'll do the same shirts, but like I have a lot of shirts that you probably only will see one time. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you find a niche, work with your niche and don't want to be like everyone else. Just stay in whatever it is that you're comfortable with and work from there.
Y'all hear that? This
And
is
one thing,
advice
listen,
coming from a seasoned sister.
and not
Seasoned.
everybody will be for you. That's learn that there are some people that will never support you, and they will never, be okay with what you're doing, and that doesn't mean anything other than the fact that that's their problem.
Y'all hear
So,
that? She actually giving y'all more than one tip. She giving you some wisdom right now. Y'all better take this wisdom. How long you been in the game?
I've been doing shirts seriously probably about 7 years.
7 years. Y'all hear that?
Mhm. Mhm.
She got some longevity. This
So
ain't
yeah,
no one year. thing. She
Right.
been doing this for a long time before it became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely take the words of wisdom and utilize them. But Shar, I really appreciate this time and sharing my audience with you and sharing you with my audience. Um, but I appreciate you sharing your business, your expertise, and just giving me the opportunity to share my platform with you
Mm-hmm.
so that because a lot of the times if people don't know what's out there, then they don't know what they
Exactly.
can get as far
Mm-hmm.
as supporting each other and
Right.
supporting others that look like us, because that is
Right.
very important. So
Indeed.
I appreciate you for that. I thank you for sharing the time. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the last time we
No.
speak
No,
because, like I
indeed.
said, I got to look into some of them designs for the Scorpio. Send me some of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be
Okay.
sexy because for my birthday, I want to wear me a little tutu.
All
Oh,
right.
maybe I could do like black and red because I got a little black and red
Ooh.
tutu.
Mm-hmm. I like those colors.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I got me some like silver. Oh, I had them some silver glitter boots. I might wear with them with some little
Ooh.
fishnet. Girl, yeah, I see it in my
Mm.
head. I
Right.
see
See.
it
See. I got a pair of glitter boots too, so I know where you come from. Yes, indeed.
But I thank you, honey. And I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I appreciate you for the time that you have given me. I thank you everybody for tuning in to this Soul Therapy Radio sponsor spotlight with Miss Char Robinson. Make sure you visit her website www.adesignbydiva.com.
Mm-hmm.
Follow her on Instagram at design.by.diva and on Facebook at A Design by Diva.
Yes, indeed.
I got it right. Okay. Well, beautiful. I thank you. I'm probably gonna thank you by 5 more times in your inbox and on Instagram. But
Hey,
hey,
Nay
Nani. Hey,
Nay.
Steven. Hey, everybody for tuning in. I thank you. But we will see. Actually, I'll see y'all in a little bit for Soul Sunday Reloaded with myself and Allison. But Miss Shar, we thank you.
Well, thank you. And we will be doing some more. I'm actually going to figure all this out so that I can, I think there's a way to get what we did and save it or do something and get it
Yeah.
popped up on my website.
We
So,
can actually what I can do, I usually transfer all my live videos over to YouTube. So
okay.
then once I get it on YouTube, all you gotta do is pull the link
Got you.
and put it
Put
in
it up
there.
there.
So I
Got
got
you.
you, girl.
Okay.
I got
All
you.
right. Okay. Yes, indeed. we get ready to get it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I will definitely be a supporter and I will be doing some more advertising. So just watch
Thank
out
you.
for
I
me.
so appreciate you. See that when you support one, you support the other.
Indeed.
Right there. She is her
Right.
sister's keeper. Y'all remember
Right.
that. She is
Yeah.
her sister's keeper.
Hmm.
But I love you.
I love you too. Good luck. And
Okay, okay.
what area are you in?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I've been
So
out there
we
quite a
we're
few
not
times.
too
I have
far
family
apart.
out there. I have family out there. So I'll be out there this summer.
Oh. So
Hmm.
next time you come out here, you definitely gotta reach out.
Yes, indeed. I got to know a little few hang spots and everything out
Girl,
there.
I got one for you. My little
Okay.
karaoke spot, I got one for you, girl.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Well, I thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be on your show. And, I appreciate your efforts and with us trying to get live and going off and on. So, but this definitely won't be the last time. And I look
Not
forward
at
to
all.
talking about, A Design by Diva as well as Diva to Diva Talks. I'm looking for that to like really take off in a
Yeah,
way that, I didn't expect. It's been something I've
right.
thought about for years and I kind of pushed it off. And then finally this year I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for that to, really take off as well. So,
We gonna get it there.
all righty.
We gonna
Well,
get it there.
enjoy your evening, and I will be chatting with you later.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Bye bye.